from our planet to the world beyond. The universe is filled with countless logic-defying mysteries and untold secrets. Some sound feasible, others absolutely unimaginable, but all of them remain unexplained to this day. In today's video, we've got an exclusive selection of the biggest unsolved space mysteries that exist. So let's dive in to find out how fascinating they are. Are aliens real? Although it is not yet backed by facts, there's a general consensus among planetary scientists that aliens are real and they are out there. Or maybe so much closer. As a matter of fact, NASA released a statement back then that aliens can be here already, but they are so advanced in technology that we are unable to spot them. Despite the statement, there have been countless cases where people caught sight or captured images of unidentified flying objects in the past, and half of the witnesses were probably convinced that they really saw an alien. For instance, 56% of Americans actually believe that UFOs exist. However, it's not just them. Here's what former US President Barack Obama had to say about UFOs during his tenure.
There's footage and records of objects in the skies that we don't know exactly what they are. We can't explain how they moved, their trajectory.
But if so, why haven't we found them? Truth is, we have just started searching. The universe is a vast cosmic arena with 4,000 stars forming every single second. The Milky Way alone has around 400 billion stars, and there are well over 1 trillion planets in our galaxy. So even with all our sophisticated monitoring satellites, wide-eyed telescopes, and several space missions discovering new galaxies and exoplanets, identifying unknown objects is incredibly hard. Yet, however, if we do the maths, at least 1,000 civilizations should exist in our galaxy, scientists claim. Taking the fact into consideration that the real size of the universe is at least 250 times bigger than the observable universe, this number becomes very, very high. Peter Ward and Don Brownlee, however, are fond of another idea. Back in 2000, they published the rare Earth idea, which argues that we are all alone, as the cosmic barriers for reaching complex life are so hard to accomplish that no species did it except for us. David Waltham and Stephen Webb amended this idea with some more barriers, making it a total of 8. To have a chance meeting with an intelligent form of life, all of the following barriers must be set clear: habitability, stability, abiogenesis, development of technological civilizations, invention of science and maths, communication across space, sociability, and above all, luck. There are pros and cons on every side regarding intelligent alien life, but as it seems, the rare Earth idea makes it stand. Well, at least so far. Is time travel possible? Short answer, yes. We are all time travelers. Long answer? Well, it's a little bit different than your expectations, but no less amazing. To time travel like they do in science fiction books and movies, all you have to do is exceed the universal speed limit, which is 186,000 miles per second. However, according to Albert Einstein's theory of relativity, the faster an object moves, the heavier it becomes. By the way, that applies to everyone driving home on the highway right now. But back to our case, as someone or something approaches the speed of light, the object is bound to reach infinite mass, which means it would also require infinite kinetic energy to keep it moving. And this is practically impossible, at least for now. A Mexican mathematician-physicist, Miguel Alcubierre, conceived calculations for a spacecraft that can theoretically travel faster than the speed of light. Well, kind of. The trick about the alcubierre drive is that it doesn't move. The cosmos does. That means it doesn't need to violate any laws of physics, as this ship would be enclosed in its own space-time bubble, ever to compress the cosmos in front of it and expand it in its wake. Yet, this gravitational wave-making machine requires unbelievable amounts of energy to fly. Of course, it's no wonder, as calculations shows that we could cover 600 trillion miles with it in a blink of an eye, meaning that we could cover a 100 light-year distance in less than a year. Of course, scientists are quite unsure what would happen in such a vehicle and the probability of time travel. Although this scenario seems very surreal on this day, time travel is a thing. You experience it every single day, just don't spot it. It's called time dilation. The faster you travel, the slower the time is. So if you would jump on a plane to fly around the globe and your mother is not, at the end of the trip, you widen the gap between your age and hers. Actually, the difference is very small, but measurable, and even affects our everyday life. The GPS satellites that help you on your way home cross the vacuum of space at different speeds, meaning that constant corrections are needed to balance the effect of the time dilation. If that would be neglected, your GPS would lose 18.5 miles of its accuracy every single day. If such amazing things can happen in the universe, maybe the science fiction type of time travel will be a thing soon. But for now, we have to settle with this one. What is dark matter? The existence of this mysterious substance is well known by humanity, as measurements showed that the Milky Way galaxy wouldn't be able to drag enough matter to form its stars if it hadn't been for this enigmatic material with its extra gravity to speed up the process. According to the European Space Agency's Planck satellite, dark matter is responsible for 26.4% of mass energy of the whole universe. 6 times more than normal atomic matter, meaning that it easily outweighs all the visible stars and galaxies. Emitting no detectable light, showing no interactions with normal matter or even itself, this mysterious substance is extremely hard to examine. Experts still argue about its origin, stability, and about if it is a particle at all. Although it's clear that it cannot be anything made originally from normal matter, including black holes, dust grains, gas clouds, ionized plasma, or collapsed stars. Sadly, no proof of its existence found here on Earth in the Large Hadron Collider. However, many scientists plead that in order to succeed, our theory of gravity needs a bit of modification. According to physicists, it's feasible that our universe is filled with dark planets, dark stars, and dark life, but we are unable to see it just yet. Researchers do their best to unravel the secrets of this mesmerizing material, but to this very day, they're fighting an uphill battle. Why do quantum particles change their behavior when they're being watched? The double-slit experiment is one of the simplest demonstrations in physics. Nonetheless, it is one of the biggest mysteries that scientists haven't been able to explain. On a screen, waves passing through 2 small parallel slits create an interference pattern. This is the same for all waves, including light waves, water waves, and sound waves. Light behaves like a wave, but it can also be considered to consist of tiny packages of energy called photons. So what if we fire a single one of them through the double slits? Ironically, the interference pattern still occurs just as it would when the photon passed through both slits at the same time. However, the interference pattern disappears as soon as scientists try to detect which particle slit the photon passes through. No matter how hard they try, the interference refuses to show once the photon is being observed. Could it be that the particles can detect us somehow, and they're deliberately trying to mess with our minds? Is this the proof that we live in a simulation? We just haven't found the creators of it yet? Nobody knows for sure. Jim Al-Khalili, a nuclear physicist, wrapped up the whole problem like this. If you want to see fear in a quantum physicist's eyes, just mention the words, the measurement problem. The measurement problem is this. An atom only appears in a particular place if you measure it. In other words, an atom is spread out all over the place until a conscious observer decides to look at it. So the act of measurement or observation creates the entire universe. Mysteries and untold secrets are the reality of space, but for scientists on Earth, the struggle to resolve them is eternal.